and I'm back with another commentary video and podcast. In today's video, I want to discuss the sad and unfortunate news that I've been seeing all over the news. It appears that two YouTubers, well, three actually, a YouTuber named Manuel Ruiz, and then the guy that he took the life of was named Finney. I believe Finney the Legend on YouTube. His YouTube is still here. The other guy's is not here, but I don't know every single thing, but this is what I do know. According to the news reports, they were having online drama, online beef with one another on YouTube. They both live in Las Vegas, Nevada. And I guess Manuel, he was known for making like content in Vegas, going to like I guess all the spots, like Fremont Street, all the spots where I guess tourists go. Okay. And so he became popular, and people were saying that he thought he owned that type of content based in Las Vegas, and only him and his wife could do the content. That's what people were saying. Okay. And so, anyway, I believe it was now going on 2 weeks ago. Manuel, who was that YouTuber, he actually popped up on Finney the Legend and his wife, who went by Bubbly. He popped up on them in front of the Bellagio Hotel in Las Vegas on the Las Vegas Strip, and he took both of their lives. First, he took the man's life, and then he took his wife's life. And I'm just like, you know what? This is what I mean, how serious things can get over the internet. Content creators have been going through this for a while, where you have people online, and I'm not saying what he did was right. I'm not saying that any of that. I'm just saying online I noticed that there has been an increase in cyberbullying, in harassment, in doxing, in all these things, and people think that nobody is going to do anything about it. Like, people don't know who's watching them, who's listening to them, and as a content creator, you have to be careful what you say. You have to be careful what you show, including your background, where you are, things like that. Never tag your location. These are some of the things that content creators need to know how to protect themselves, because people are crazy, right? Always expect the unexpected, especially if you're going back and forth online with somebody. They said that this was over 2 years between this man, Finney the Legend, and the other man, Manuel Ruiz. They said that this online beef was going on for 2 whole years, about 2 years. And finally, it just blew up. They both were making videos at one another. Allegedly, they both were saying insults below the belt about each other's wives. Allegedly, it got crazy on YouTube. And so this man took his rival's life and his rival's wife's life. And I think that's very sad. It's very unfortunate. And it really shows you how mentally unstable people are. And this is why it's best at the end of the day to file a police report if anything, like, even if you don't think nothing will happen, right? But if somebody threaten you on the internet, if somebody say, "Oh, I know where you live," or do anything illegal, that's why I've always have told my supporters, don't go back and forth with them. And this is based on my experience. File a police report, put it in writing, make a paper trail. Okay. Now, law enforcement don't always do the best job, especially when it comes to online stuff. And this is why they need to start taking it, in my opinion, more seriously. because you have crazy people like YouTube do not do background checks. YouTube does not they allow criminals on here, they allow anyone on here. There's no type of system where you know if you have done this in the past, you can't make a YouTube. Like they need to really start having stricter rules for content creators because you have crazy people getting checks, getting checks from YouTube based on their content. And a lot of these people are harassing people, stalking people, insulting people, doxing people. They're doing all this in the name of fair use and entertainment. Meanwhile, it's harassment. And YouTube, in a lot of instances, they don't do anything. They tell you to report the video, report it as harassment. You can report as many times as you want. That does not mean that they're going to remove the video. So you have people getting away with harassing people and stalking them and bullying them. And YouTube still allows them to keep going until somebody finally snaps and says, okay, well, I don't mind going to jail because nobody's doing anything about this. So I don't mind doing this. I don't mind taking the charge. And I feel like in this case, this is what this guy did. At that point, he didn't even care. No matter what it was about, there's no justification for him taking the life, two lives of people based on drama that happened online. I always feel like there should be law enforcement involved. And it's been a lot of things where instances in this instant where they have seen each other in person because again they both are in Vegas, bumped into one another. I don't know what happened or why or how, but allegedly the guy who took their lives, he assaulted this his rival's wife while they were in Vegas on Fremont Street allegedly. That's what I'm seeing in some reports. So then I don't know if a police report was filed after that or they just went online, but then the other guy started making videos targeting him and he started making videos targeting him and now look, right? Now look, you got two families who if they have kids, their kids are going to be devastated, their family's going to be devastated, all because of some internet beef. It's never that serious, right? And is exactly why I stopped going back and forth with these losers on here because they're not worth it. They're not worth my freedom. They're not worth me looking my worst, you know? They're not worth my attention. They're not worth a mention. They don't have a thought in my mind. You have to literally ignore those type of people like they do not exist. Meanwhile, staying safe yourself, all right? Being careful of your surroundings, being careful of your streaming. If you're streaming online, if you're live streaming, especially, you know, and you're not in a safe place, it can really get crazy because people, you never know who's watching you. So I just feel like this whole thing is very sad and is unfortunate that Manuel felt the need to, I guess this is his way of ending the beef, right? By killing these two people. And it should have never went that far, right? It should have never went that far. It's unfortunate. Um, my condolences to them, but at the end of the day, I truly believe in these words from the Bible where it says the power of life and death life and death are in the power of the tongue, meaning what you say can definitely be used against you because some people don't give a damn about the law. They don't care about the law. They don't care about nothing. They have nothing to lose. This YouTube is their entire life. Social media is their entire life. And if you criticize them, if you write a negative comment, now you have to worry about these crazy people finding out who you are, right? And even worse, when you have anonymous people doing that same thing, but they're anonymous, right? So now you got to go through all these hoops to get justice. So it's very unfortunate. My advice, okay, because I've been through this, I've been in the back and forth, and people have doxed me, all this stuff, right? My advice is to file the necessary paperwork, take legal action, and you don't have to make it public. You don't have to make everything public. Quietly handle your business behind the scene while maintaining your good reputation and name on your public platforms. We have to start being more responsible with our voices, with our platforms, including myself. There's always room for improvement. I just think it's so unfortunate that this even had to happen. And somebody has to be the bigger person, right? It's like 2 years of two individuals, hard headed, going back and forth, and now you have somebody who's in jail, right? And possibly maybe sentenced for life for what he did. And then you have two people who are no longer breathing. They're no longer alive. They cannot listen to this podcast. They cannot look outside and see the sun and the beautiful trees. They can't see their kids anymore. The kids can't see their parents anymore. Right? This is serious. And I hope that the police and the FBI start taking this stuff more seriously and start cracking down on these platforms. Okay, these platforms need to remove videos that are against their policies. And not only that, they need to find a way to make it so that if somebody is banned, somebody's removed, they cannot make another account. They cannot get paid to come back on here and do the same thing. It's sad and it's unfortunate. So, again, ignore trolls, right? I know sometimes that's hard. And yeah, you may comment something back and forth, but never let it get to a point where your mental health is affected, your livelihood is affected, your family is in danger, your safety is in danger. Like, it should never get to that point. If somebody's antagonizing you, if somebody's harassing you, again, file the necessary paperwork with your police department, with the FBI online, ic3.com. Take screenshots. Do not go back and forth with these fools. Do not go back and forth with these unhinged individuals. It's not worth it. Let them be losers doing this online, right? I don't know. It makes them feel better. But do not go back and forth. I do not recommend you going back and forth with anybody on the internet. Simply block them. Simply remove the comment. Ignore them. If you're being defamed, if you're being slandered, if anything's illegal or outside the law, of course, go ahead and protect yourself with legal action, right? Take those necessary steps. But at the end of the day, this started from a YouTube beef, right? And so now you see how sometimes this don't just stay on the internet, it actually bleeds into real life. So yes, it does matter when people do this type of stuff and YouTube do not take it down and YouTube do not punish those people, right? Just allow people to keep creating accounts, keep doing the same thing, just wearing a different mask. Be careful on the internet. And just because you are anonymous, do not mean you cannot be found. Just remember that, because a lot of people, they like to hide behind so-called anonymous accounts that's linked to a Gmail, that's linked to your information. Oh, I put in the wrong information. You still could be found. It don't matter. People can find you. Please be careful what you post on people's videos, what you say in the comment section, all of that. Okay. Do not go back and forth with people online. You do not know who's behind that damn keyboard, who's behind that screen. Yeah, it is scary, Sundrop. Welcome. It is scary. And unfortunately, I've been basically saying this for years, right? About online harassment, online targeting, online defamation. People think it's a joke. They keep thinking it's a joke until it happens to them or their loved ones. And hopefully that doesn't ever happen. But you have to be careful. We are living in some dark times right now where people don't care about their lives. They don't care. They will risk it all to prove a point. They will risk it all to say they won, to say they won some beef, to say they are the king of this content, the queen of this content. Oh, I started this sector. And I mean, it's sad how content creators act nowadays. It's really sad. So please be careful what you comment, what you write, and just going back and forth with people because it is really some mentally deranged people out there. And this is sad. So again, my condolences to the couple. My God. And I hope justice is served. Okay. I hope justice is served. He's claiming that it was self-defense, but there's a video of him really literally saying, and I'm going to just say allegedly, there's a video of him saying that he went into every Las Vegas casino until he found this couple, right? So yes, it may get darker. It will get worse. So please, 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 again, worry about your real life, your family, and everything like that. If you have any type of professional credentials, this is what you're risking by going back and forth with idiots online. Be careful, guys. That's all I got to say. And I'll be back with more videos. I am writing and finishing my memoir, Tales from the Cult, which will be documenting my personal experience surviving a Black Hebrew Israelite cult called Israel United in Christ and how I escaped. So I want to let you guys know, thank you for your support. I will see you on the next video. Let me get back to editing my book and doing homework. And I will talk to y'all soon. Have a blessed day. And please, please, please be careful. I'm out, guys. Peace.